So Shane Lorenzen, he's off to the side here. He's been the host since day one. He's a really funny man. He's here with his brother Dylan, who's up front here dealing with some technology stuff. They're going to show a short film that they produced last year called I'm Still Sorry. And you all have, we're going to do a raffle. If you guessed why they're sorry before the film, you win something. I don't know. But anyway, so this is an action-packed show, so let's get it going with my dear favorite comedian friend, Shane Lorenzen.
Wait, which mic you want me to use? This one or this one? Doesn't matter? Oh, it's up to me? Oh. You guys have me on a long leash today. That's good. All right. No. Just kidding. I always have the freedom to do whatever I want when I'm up here. Pete can't stop me. Welcome. My name is Shane Lorenzen, and I am the host of the very swell variety show. It's lovely to see... It really is so lovely to see such a packed house today. I mean, I love it when there's a lot of people in the audience because I'm going to solicit money. And the more people, the more likely someone says yes. No, just kidding. I have been the host, though, since the first day, which is great. I love this kind of bi-monthly tradition of doing a set in the middle of the day. Prime hangover hours, you know? It's always good to challenge yourself like that. All right, well, let's get started. Before we bring up the sort of acts, I'm going to do a little set, okay? So you guys can get a little warmed up. I've always said, comedy is like poetry, but it just doesn't have to be beautiful. And poetry is like comedy, but it doesn't have to make anybody laugh. All right, well, guys, the news has been crazy this year so far. I mean, I know I'm just going to bring it up now. They released a bunch of new things from the Epstein documents, right? I mean, we're all following that. And at first I was confused because this Elon Musk fella, right? Like, first he was like, release it. Then he was like, don't release it. Now he's like not saying anything. And I always wondered what the deal with that was. At first I was like, he must not be in there. And then I was like, oh, he must be in there. And today we find out the truth. He is in there because he was asking to be invited. And they were like, man, maybe not, we're not doing it this month. We're not doing it. And there's emails of him. He's like, hey man, I want to check out the island. And then, Epstein's secretary of pedophilia is just like, so man, somebody couldn't squeeze you in this year, but next year, don't worry about it. Which makes sense that because I was confused. I was like, why is he flip-flopping? Makes perfect sense. He really is the person I think who has the most to lose from being in these, because that really is the most embarrassing position to be in. And the rest of the news has been crazy, right? Trump got Maduro. You guys heard about that? That shit was crazy, man. When I heard that, my fucking coworker told me, he's like, Trump got Maduro. I was like, tell him to pick up some, fucking mofongo and chicharrones next time too. All right. I'm a big fan of Dominican food. And I know that's not where Maduro's from, but that's just what I like. All right. Another reason I like doing this show is it's very different from comedy shows. I find that sometimes at a comedy show, the kind of average IQ, at least of the performers, is kind of room temperature. But here, I feel like I meet a lot of really smart writers and people, and I never want to be the smartest person in the room. In life, I never want to be that. I know, because when I'm the smartest person in a room, we are in danger, okay? Nobody knows how to operate a fire extinguisher. We need to get out of that room. But in this room, I feel very safe. So, thank you guys for that. That's a good one. Never be the smartest person in the room. That's like a good aphorism to live by. Do you guys have any others you like? Any other kind of phrases, anything like that? I have one that I heard recently that didn't make a lot of sense to me. It was, dance like nobody is watching. Has ever heard that one? Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get it. I didn't really get it. Dance like no one's watching. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Why would you dance if nobody's watching? You know, the only reason to dance is someone you want to fuck is watching you. You know, and then you hit them with the jazz square. Show them you got working legs. Genes that they want to pass on. Things like that. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of came up with my own version of that phrase, which I think kind of makes more sense to me personally. Here's what it is. Dance like everybody's watching you. And if you aren't really good, they're going to kill you. Like I think as that someone's going to get me up in the morning and do my best, that's the aphorism I'm going to live by. That and never be the smartest person in the room. Yeah, I don't know. Recently, to completely change the subject, I was walking on the street and I saw this guy, and he was throwing bread to pigeons on the ground. And my instinct usually, I don't know, like as a New Yorker, is like don't engage with anybody, no matter what, no matter how much you think you could help them. Don't. That's just a good rule, I think. But I forgot that in this one instant, and I went up to this guy who's just throwing bread at birds, and I was like, "Hey, man. Do you know you're not supposed to do that? It's bad for the birds. It goes into their body and it expands because it's bread. It's not, their digestive system cannot handle it. You shouldn't give it to him." And here I was thinking I was putting him on to some game, some knowledge he didn't have. And he just looked at me and was like, "I know." Fuck birds. I thought I was being a good person. I was just being condescending. I looked at him and was like, "That man clearly has no idea what he's doing." And he did. I think I only engaged because, honestly, I'm an animal lover. I really, really like animals. I live with one. I have a dog. Fun fact about me and my dog is that we are both on the same antidepressant. Yeah, my dog's on Zoloft because he was having trouble sleeping. He was anxious all the time. He would get really worked up at like a moment's notice. I'm on Zoloft because I bit my neighbor's kid. In my defense, however, he was riding a skateboard. Yeah, dogs hate that. I actually have a very, very cute dog. He's very beautiful. He's a mutt. People always ask me what kind of dog he is so that they could get one, I guess. And I'm like, I don't know what he is. He's a mutt. Don't know what he's a mix of, but I adopted him from a shelter in Miami, so I do know he is Cuban. Little perrito cubano there. Love him. I actually sleep in the same bed with my dog. I let my dog sleep in my bed with me. And people tell me that you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to let a dog sleep in bed with you. And I didn't understand why. I was like, why? And they were like, it's because then it starts to treat you as an equal. I don't know about you guys. That doesn't sound so bad, I wish the humans I slept with treated me like an equal. You know what I mean? I'll take it from my dog. Anyway. Dogs are beautiful but I don't think they're very smart. I don't think they're very intelligent. When the only two pets I recognize are dogs and cats. And of the two, I know that cats are the smarter ones because they don't answer to the names we give them. You call a cat by its name, it doesn't care. You call a dog by its name and it'll answer to you, which gives you a lot of power over the dog that you don't have over the cat. And I find that profound, and I was sort of thinking about that, and it led me to this, is that I no longer, I'm a teacher, and I no longer answer when my students call me Mr. Dipshit. When they yell that, I no longer look up, like, what? Clearly you're talking to me, and I've been feeling a lot better about it. My therapist says it's done wonders for my self-esteem. So yeah, I am a teacher. Usually people like clap at this point, but it's okay. You don't have to, because I'm one of the teachers who learns more from their students than they do from me. So I'm a waste of tax dollars. Yeah, I don't know. The teaching is cool. I used to teach in elementary school. I don't teach in elementary schools anymore. I try to only teach high school if I can, you know. And people are usually surprised by that. They're like, "Well, why do you make that choice?" High school's a lot less stressful, believe it or not, than elementary school. The reason is because by the time you get to high school, all the kids with severe peanut allergies have died. And so it's not a problem anymore. You don't got to worry about, the peanut butter on your breath killing a third grader. I don't know about you. I find that an intolerable workplace condition. And they don't pay us enough to switch to almond butter, So it's not. I don't know, but it's weird. It's a weird restriction to have, Like elementary school teachers, the only job where you cannot have traces of tree nuts on your person, The only other job where that's a condition is when you're the warden at elephant prison. You can't have any nuts on your person. That makes a lot of sense safety-wise. Just kidding. That's not a real job. Worst case, gun to my head, I could teach in an elementary school again. I'd have a different breakfast instead of waffles with peanut butter. But there's one type of school I'll never work in, and that's middle school. I don't know if we have any teachers here. Maybe you agree with me, or maybe you're like sadomasochists who do work in middle school. But no, I could never work in a middle school again. You guys know that question that's like, would you go back in time to kill baby Hitler? You just nod. Somebody nod. Come on, guys. Come on. Thank you. So anyway, that's a classic question. I always answer no. I don't think I could go back in time and kill a baby. Not the Hitler thing, but the baby. I just couldn't do it. I'm not capable of it. Sorry. But I would leave pieces of 12-year-old Hitler in dumpsters all over Vienna, dude. I would fuck that kid up. I wouldn't even be particularly careful about getting the right kid. I'd just go back in time and first be like, hey, this is around the time Hitler's 12 years old. I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. And they'd be like, no, that was not Hitler. I'd be like, oh, I guess I got to do it again. All right. So on that note, let's get started. All right, let me check.